Hi everybody, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel, and today I am coming to you with the Thrilling Thriller book tag. This tag was originally created by A Beautiful Chaos of Books, and I will link that video down below for you guys. I wasn't actually tagged to do the video, but I love thrillers. I'm totally into this tag. I'm watching it everywhere that I can, so I just figured I'd go ahead and jump right into it and do it. So the first question is, what was the last thriller that you bought? The last thriller that I bought personally, I believe that it was In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. Last month, I had a thrift books haul a little while back, and I think that was the thriller that was in that, if I remember correctly, and I will go ahead and link that video down below for you guys as well. But I was recently gifted The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware for my birthday, and I'm so super excited for that book. I'm actually, for Spookathon, I've decided to switch out the Jessica Fellowes book. I think it's The Mitford Murders that I was going to read for the read a thriller prompt. I'm going to switch that out for The Turn of the Key because I really don't want to wait on that one. I've been super excited about it ever since I heard about it, and I've gotten really into Ruth Ware, so I don't want to wait. I'm just going to switch those books out. I'm more excited for this one, and I really can't wait to read that. Question number 2. Show us the thriller you most recently added to your TBR. Again, that would be The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I don't have immediate access to it right now where I'm sitting, but I will insert a picture for you guys. But it's been all over BookTube, so I'm sure that you have seen. I'm sure that you have seen the cover. It's very ominous, and looking forward to it. Okay, question number 3. What thriller did you have high expectations for but ultimately let you down? I recently talked about this in my September wrap-up and in a full-blown review, and that is The Good Daughter by Karen Slaughter. This book was good, but it was not what I was expecting it to be. I was a little let down by it. There were themes in it that I just could not get on board with, no matter how hard I tried. And I will definitely try out more of her work in the future, but that let me down. I wanted to like that story so much more than I actually did, but I'll read her more. And I'm not saying that's a bad book. It's not a bad book. I was so irritated with the ending. I'll link the review down below for you guys so you can see what I mean. I don't want to get into it much more now because I'll rant. But no, it's a good book. It's just certain elements weren't for me. Question 4. What tropes do you love and hate in thriller books? Ooh, that's a good one. Tropes that I love missing persons cases. The book that I'm actually querying that I wrote myself right now is about a missing persons case. I just always find that putting the clues together and trying to figure out what's happened and the whole suspense and urgency and everything behind, I love that because it can happen, that trope can be used really regularly but be different every single time. There's so much versatility with it, and that's one of the reasons that I love it so much. Tropes that I hate in thriller books. Ooh, I'm not going to say plot twists, because a very good plot twist can really make the book, but a bad one can break it. So I'd say that if an author is throwing in jump scares just for the hell of it, basically, or it's something that hasn't had the groundwork laid for it in the book and it's just out of left field, That tends to irritate me, and it does happen a lot, unfortunately. And for me personally, that can make the difference between if I love a book or I find it mediocre. I have had instances where I thought a book was 5 stars, and that would happen, and I would automatically knock it down to a 2 or 3 because it made me that mad. If the groundwork's there, great. But if it's not, it's painfully obvious. The next question is, recommend an underrated thriller. I've talked about this on this channel before, but I would be lying if I put anything else into this spot, and that is You Were Here by Jan Sarter. This book, I discovered it earlier this year in a bookcase club unboxing, and it was absolutely phenomenal. That book followed 2 separate timelines. One of a woman in present day who is going home for a high school reunion, and she keeps having these dreams and a voice saying a name coming to her, and she finds out that that name was a missing person from 1948. So, like, in the present day, she's trying to figure out what happened to this woman, and then we have flashes of the past where we kind of put together clues and try to figure it out on our own as well. So we actually have a little bit more information than the main character in present day. So we're like one step ahead of her, but not all the way to the point that we know what's happened. But we could form speculations. I didn't guess the ending at all. I was extremely happy about that, but it fit. It wasn't a surprise. I mean, it was a surprise, but it wasn't for shock value. It was just very, very cleverly done. It's an absolutely phenomenal book. I can't wait to read more by Jan Sarter when she puts it out. It was a debut novel, but I will read anything else that she does in the future because that book was absolutely fantastic. Okay, the next question is, pick 3 thrillers from your shelves. 2 you have read and 1 you haven't. I am not going to show you guys my bookshelves right now because they are a wreck, but I will insert pictures into this video of 2 that I've read and 1 that I haven't, that I do have on my shelves, and see if you guys can figure it out. The first one is The Girl on the Train. The second one is Whispers by Lisa Jackson. And the third one is I'll Eat When I'm Dead. So you guys just leave me a comment down below and tell me which ones you think that I haven't read, and we'll see if you're right. The next question is, people are often intimidated by the thriller genre. Recommend a thriller for beginners. This is a very good question because this is a genre that you have to dip your toes into slowly and build up to it, especially if you're somebody that gets scared easily or can be a little bit squeamish. So there's different levels, different intensities to thrillers. So for a beginner, I would actually say that a good one is one that's relatively new, and that is The Woman in the Window by A.J. Finn. It's a very, very suspenseful book. It's very gripping, but there's nothing all too gory or crazy descriptions that might put off somebody that's not used to the genre, at least not that I can remember. And I just read it a few months ago, so I do apologize if I'm wrong on that, but I don't remember there being anything totally out there that like made me squeamish or made me so uncomfortable to the point that I would be scared. I don't think that it would really put off a beginner in any way, so I would start with that. It's a very suspenseful story about a woman with agoraphobia who locks herself away in her house after a bad accident and witnesses the murder of a neighbor through the window of her home, and nobody believes her. It's a very, very good story. Okay, 8. What is your all-time favorite thriller? Ooh. I have so many. Like, I'm not sure that I could even pick a favorite. Public Secrets by Nora Roberts. I haven't read it in a long time. I actually have it in storage, and I've been meaning to read that for a while, but it's kind of like a mystery romance thriller, and it follows a woman from childhood well up into adulthood, and she is taken away from an abusive mother by her father, who actually is a successful rock star. And it shows her life adjusting to the fame, adjusting to a different type of lifestyle. But her life is completely turned on end yet again when she's 8 or 9 years old, when her baby brother's kidnapping gets botched and he ends up dying. And like all these years later, she starts getting haunted by it and having these things come back to her again, and realizes that somebody is after her because they believe she knows the truth about that night. It is a very, very good book, and I'm going to be reading that again very, very soon. So keep an eye out for that. Okay, and tag some fellow thriller lovers. I'm still kind of new here on BookTube, so I don't know who all is into thrillers. I'm just going to go ahead and throw out there a few that I think might do this tag. So I'm going to say One Sleepy Reader, Books and Lala, and let's see, Citina Loves to Read. Well, that is all that I have for you guys today. If you liked this video, please make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.